Hello YouTubers, Alaska Prepper here. Ladies and gentlemen, I am trying to keep you as informed as I can. It seems that something new is occurring all the time, and it's impossible to get all of the news that we can really use in order to prepare for the future. However, as it comes out, I'm going to go ahead and put it up in these short videos. Before we get into this, I wanted to tell you that I put up a video here this morning warning of a recall on canned black beans. If you have canned black beans in your pantry, take a look at that video right here in the upper right hand corner to check and make sure that the beans that you have do not fall into the category of the ones that are being recalled. Let's go ahead and get started with this article. It says here that it's about to get much worse as supply chains implode, and price doesn't even matter anymore to the people that are wanting to transport their product. And that, in my opinion, is a bit scary, because if price doesn't really matter, the way I see it is that the demand is extremely high or the supply is extremely low. The number of container ships stuck at anchor off Los Angeles and Long Beach is down to around 20 per day from 30 a few months ago. Does this mean the capacity crunch in the Trans-Pacific market is finally easing? Absolutely not. It's not getting better. It's getting worse. What I'm seeing is unprecedented. We are seeing a tsunami of freight. For the month of May, everything on the Trans-Pacific is basically sold out. We had one client who needed something loaded in May that was extremely urgent, and who was ready to pay $15,000 per container, and I couldn't get it loaded. And he says that they're a growing company that ships a lot of 20-foot containers, and that the price no longer even matters. And he noted that in January, Trans-Pacific imports were up 10% versus 2019, and 13.5% in February. Then it jumped to 51% in March. And he says that right now they're at 1.5 times the pre-health crisis levels. With imports far outpacing retail sales growth, he attributed volumes to inventory restocking. The restocking is actually affecting the trade even more than growth and demand. That tells me that this will last even longer. Let's say U.S. consumer demand slows down in third and fourth quarter. That's not expected, but even if it does, capacity, availability, and rates should not improve quickly, simply because of the huge restocking demand. And he says, I honestly don't know what's going to happen. As a result of the backlog and restocking demand, prices will remain high and shipping will probably remain difficult for the rest of this year. And then after that, you have the peak for Chinese New Year in 2022. So what he's telling us here, ladies and gentlemen, is that there is such a backlog on inventory that prices for shipping is going to stay at this increased level. And let me remind you that $15,000 per container is ridiculous. Whereas pre-health crisis levels, I think those containers were being rented out for like $600 or so. He said the situation today is the worst that he's ever witnessed, and he believes it's about to get even more severe. The month of May will be the worst people have ever seen, he predicted, because some shippers will have to wait in line behind the growing backlog in Asia. And he expects what's going to happen soon is that some importers won't even be able to get on the boat. For them, it will almost feel like trade is coming to a halt. Ladies and gentlemen, get those things that you need now. I've been preaching this for months, if not for years. If you know that you're going to need something in the near future, even a year or more from now, get it now if you can. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to do a payday prep here in the next few days that is of some items that I've been thinking about stocking up on. And I would encourage you to stock up on those things that are imported that you think you may need in the next few months or even years, as I mentioned before. And here, ladies and gentlemen, the way that they measure this index is with a 10-day moving average. And as of Monday, the index was at a new all-time high, and forward bookings data showed a continued rise ahead. So it's not getting any better. I can't say that it's going to be because there's a shortage of things that are being manufactured and then imported, but because there is a shortage of containers and container space on ships to transport those items. And like he's saying here, he doesn't really know when this is going to end. He's taking it all the way out to 2022 and saying that even then, it's still going to be just as bad, if not worse, than what it is now. Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Just something else that we need to be aware of in order so that we can have those things that we're going to need. These things keep creeping up on us, and if we stay ahead of them, we can go out and act before the masses panic. I assure you, not everyone is listening to this article being read to them or reading this article themselves. Not everyone is. Most people are too busy trying to figure out where they're going to get their next meal nowadays, right? So now that you have this information, take a look around what you have and ask yourself, what am I going to need here in the next month or two? For example, if you do your own oil changes, it may be a good idea to stock up on oil filters and to stock up on oil. If you garden, it may be a good idea, like I did last year, stock up on gardening tools that you know you're going to use anyways. Do you have extra shovels? Do you have extra picks? Do you have extra anything that has to do with gardening? Stock up on those things. Because, ladies and gentlemen, prices are only going to get higher, number one. And who knows if in our near future, those things will become unavailable because of whatever reason. It could be because of this shipping container reason, because there's not enough space on boats. Or it could be because we stop trading with certain countries. You never know what's going to happen. This is where you put your dollars to work for you. This is where you take and invest in your future with real things. Because like I've said before, although I'm not a financial advisor, I know that I can go into my pantry and easily pick out 10 things that have gone up in price, I would say by at least 25% since when I bought them last year. Same thing with tools, same thing with materials, such as that load of lumber that I picked up last year, and now it would cost me 50% more to purchase the exact same thing. This is why we think ahead, ladies and gentlemen, and this is why I like putting out these articles, because hopefully it encourages you to take a look at your preps and either add to them, fill in the gaps, or look forward into your future and see what you may be needing. Having said that, thank you very much for joining in. I do have a video coming out later on tonight where I've pressure canned some meatloaf, and ladies and gentlemen, it came out great. All I have to do is edit that video and put it out. I just thought that I put out this short video to inform you of what's going on. Remember to be good to each other. When good people do good things happen. Remember to reach one, teach one, and repeat. If we all did this, the world would be a better place, and you know that it will be a better place. Many blessings to all of you and your families. This is Alaska Prepper. I'm out.